everyone, this is CJ Novo92 and today we are back from a brand new video. Today's a video we have to try, and I stress the word try, ladies and gentlemen, to forget whatever that disgusting thing was on Wednesday night. We've got to push that to one side because there's another game already on its way. Now, before we go any further into that game, however, we need to give a quick little shout out to the channel sponsors and the channel legends themselves, OneFootball, whose link as always is down there in the description below if you want a wee bit extra Rangers news. But as we're all needing a distraction from Wednesday, let's just dive head first into this, ladies and gentlemen, and go straight to the oppositional preview, which is of course Livingston. Honestly, Livingston have been incredible this season, especially at home, and they find themselves sitting in 5th spot in the top flight of Scottish football, 4 points clear of Hibs. Yet even with that, sitting in the 5th spot at the SPFL on a shoestring budget and having some incredible results this season and performances, including that dominant win over Celtic earlier on in the year, this team is still overlooked and questioned by pretty much everyone. Now, that may be absolutely baffling to hear to some of you guys, but I know there's going to be a couple of people watching along with today's video saying, I know exactly where you're going with this one, CG, because one of the main reasons Livingston are constantly overlooked and constantly questioned is this stark contrast between Livingston at home and Livingston away. It's actually mental when you start to look at it, because 8 of their 10 wins so far this season has all came at home on that delicious plastic park of the Tony Macaroni. In fact, they are so impressive at home. The last time they lost at home was to us back in November, which was a 2-0 loss. Since that loss to Rangers, they have won 6 of the last 7 home games. The other game, by the way, being a draw. But thankfully, especially for us, given how well we are playing right now, this game isn't being played on a plastic park at the Tony Macaroni. Nah. This is being played on grass at Ibrox, which we've already mentioned in today's video. For Livingston, means a lot. Didn't you believe me? One of their only 2 away wins so far in this league came up at Hamilton, who play on plastic, which in and itself is pretty damning to look at. So it'll be very interesting to know what your thoughts and opinions are regarding the old plastic pitches. However, I do want to say that despite the results not travelling, this Livingston team is still a very, very dangerous team to come up against. A perfect example of that is of course the game we already played against Livingston at Ibrox. If you think back, they took the lead in that game of football, and at 1-1 they once again took the lead in the game, but the goal was chopped off after a foul was given on Andy Halliday. It wasn't until they actually got a second yellow card, correctly by the way, by Big Dykesy for throwing the elbow, that Rangers actually woke up in that game, started to take over, because you think about it, they had so many chances to score and forced Alan McGregor into making 3 truly fantastic saves in that game to keep Rangers in it long enough for us to wake up and take over it and come away with that 3-1 win. But little examples like that spread through these away losses and away draws that is getting overlooked by Livingston, because they are putting in strong competitive performances, but they've maybe not had the luck of the green. Hell, they've been up in about 3 or 4 of these games and ended up throwing it away and coming away with none. So there'll be certainly away games that Livingston as fans or even as players have came away with knowing they could and should have done better. So in my opinion, I'm not thinking this game tomorrow is going to be an easy one just because Livingston are playing on grass, and people will point to the stats and point out how much they've lost away from home. They are still a very strong physical outfit that do take advantage of any set piece. They are the old set piece kings of the SPFL, whether it's your long throws, whether it's your corners, your penalties, your free kicks, or even these stupid cheap free kicks that every team likes to give away, especially us with Katic and Goldson. It's just too far to shoot, but they can just float in across. That is their speciality, and they live and die with that. Hell, remember the 3 times we've played them this season, yes, we have 3 wins, but every single game we had to dig in and fight through to come away with that win, and that's something that's been lacking for Rangers now since we came back for the winter break. So I'm sure Livingston will be licking their lips fancying it tomorrow. So we already know how we play. We've discussed the old elephant in the room regarding their away form. There is one last thing I would like to discuss for you guys in today's video, and it's going to be the old key players section. Now, we have one player which we already know that's going to be Big Dykes. I mean, he is a dangerous threat, and I do bring him up every SPFL show because he's either assisting the goal or he's bringing the ball down and being the assist of the goal, or the big man's just scoring it himself. He's a fantastic player for Livingston, and he's honestly just getting better as the season getting on. But the single most important bit of information regarding Livingston going into this game tomorrow has to be the goalkeeping situation, because their number 1 goalkeeper is Robbie McCrory, and he cannot play against us, and their goalkeeper, who was very impressive during the first half of the season, was called back by his parent club. So as it stands, going into this game tomorrow, the most key player on the entire park is going to be the Livingston goalkeeper, because it's either Gary Mallon, a 37-year-old backup, and that's not a disrespect, by the way, he's a professional, he's living the dream and doing what we all wanted today, but he's only played one game so far this season in the Challenge Cup, and he conceded 3 goals, and the other player is going to be a 20-year-old loanee who hasn't played a game for Livingston so far. This right here is the most important thing to take away from this preview video. They're either going to have a goalkeeper that's only played once this season, or they're going to bring in a goalkeeper who hasn't played any, which to me means please say we're going to be shooting. Please say we're going to play attacking football, no fanny about with the ball, and be passive. If you've got an inexperienced and a goalkeeper who hasn't played a lot of football, let's try and test them at every single opportunity, Rangers. Let's hope we are. And with that being said, that's us all done and dusty with the old Livingston preview right frickin' there. Now, it's quite fitting that it's Valentine's Day, because there's nothing, and I mean nothing, that breaks your heart like Rangers Football Club, especially after a winter break. Now, first up in the old Rangers breakdown then, shall we? This is usually where we dive in and discuss the official Rangers press conference, but I'm not doing it. I just cannot do it, because honestly I sat through the entire 60 minutes and it was exactly the same as it has been for the last 4 weeks. The exact same questions forcing the exact same answers, and I'm honestly just sick to death of hearing about it in press conferences. I want to see it on the park. So instead of wasting your time, which honestly I appreciate he's taking out your day every day to sit and click on these videos and discuss Rangers, we're not going to talk about the press conference. Instead, we're going to talk about something that's really just been on my mind, and I just want to float it by you. Because I know there's so many people out here all discussing personnel changes for Rangers. This boy needs to be playing, this boy needs to be playing, this boy needs to be playing. But if you think about it, we should have been getting better with Tavernier coming back, with Morelos coming back, and with Jack coming back. But we've no got any better. And that's because we're playing the same tired, passive, rigid way. It doesn't matter who's coming in. We've even wasted Hadji in the last game versus Kilmarnock, because before he was up to speed with how we want him to play at Rangers, where was he playing? Right in the middle of the park. He was coming short and running at defences, splitting them open with passes, being close to Alfredo Morelos. But now he was up to speed before the game versus Kilmarnock. Where was he? Over to the right hand side and doing that silly, predictable cut inside at the exact same time as Ryan Kent does, to allow the full back some width to get forward and get balls into the box. That right there isn't working anymore, because it's so slow, it's so predictable, and everyone knows we're doing it. So for me, it's not about who should play, it's how we should play. And I honestly think it's time now to change up the formation and change up the tactics. We're far too overcoached in the attack. It's honestly predictable and painful. And as the old saying goes, if it's broke, then he fix it. Well, it's broke, so let's fix it, ladies and gentlemen. And I honestly think putting 2 up top, given the points difference with Celtic now, the fact that we are so far behind in goal difference, we're at home. Do we really need 3 sitting midfield players at home versus Livingston, right? We know they're going to be physical, so why do we not try and match that? We've got a 6'4" centre-half sitting on the bench getting 6 minutes every time we need Bale. Why not put 2 up top and have his physicality there and Alfredo Morelos' physicality there, and just make it a bit different and just have another body in the box for all these crosses that we spam in? Because honestly, when I'm watching Rangers right now, it's so slow, it's so boring. It's like we're driving with the handbrake up, and it doesn't need to be the formation I just suggested right for that, but I do think it needs to be formational changes rather than personnel changes, because we're just asking them to do the exact same job that isn't working. And I honestly think a change in formation is what we need to get us out this slow, passive, predictable slump. But that's just my opinion, and it was something that I've been wanting to discuss with you for a wee while. But with the games being every 3 days since we've came back for the winter break, and obviously my gran being in hospital, I've been spending time there, and I've been coming back and doing the previews and the recaps. I've been trying to keep it all balanced. I've been trying to keep the games coming. Well, I've not been able to sit down and have just a discussion with you, but with the press conference being as bad as it was, I thought it was the perfect time to break it down in today's video, just to see what your thoughts and opinions are. Which means the question of the video is, what do you think is needed to give Rangers their swagger and spark back? And while you guys are hopefully getting involved with the question of today's video, I'll give you the team news very briefly, because it's pretty much, if you watch these videos, you already know what's going on. Hollander and Defoe are still out for 4 weeks to 6 weeks, maybe slightly longer with Hollander just to get back to full fitness. And BB is expected to come back into the game tomorrow, but it's not been officially confirmed as of yet when I'm recording today's video, but I think we'll see BB back for the game tomorrow. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. That is the oppositional preview. That is not the press conference, but it was something I wanted to fire your way, and that's the latest team news wrapped up in a neat little bow. So now you know a little bit more about the fixture tomorrow. What are you thinking? And why? And while you guys are sharing your prediction, on, I will give you mine very, very briefly. I'm expecting some goals in this game because of the goalkeeping position for Livingston as well. I think that we are sort of a perfect storm, and I think we will see a performance from Rangers. Will it be the fantastic display before the winter break? No, but I'm expecting goals, and I'm expecting Rangers to come away with a 3-1 win. My goal scorers are going to be Alfredo Morelos with a dirty double, and my third goal scorer is going to be Big Canberra to get his first goal for Rangers. And now that me and thee have had their say, let's sit back, relax, and hear from the people on Twitter. There's been 1,456 votes. Thank you so much for getting involved. 13% of the people voting for a draw. 17% of the people is voting for a Livingston win. And only 70% of the people is voting for a Rangers win. That is a season low, ladies and gentlemen. And that shows you just how bad we are playing right now. But let's see what they've actually had to say then, shall we? Sorry, the camera cut off there. Right, we're back at it. Ewan McKenzie was the first one in, so I'll read it out again, mate. He writes in 3-0, Hadji, Stewart and Canberra. Peter Ramsey writes in 1-0, Morelos, 87th minute. Have I not got enough grey hairs, Peter? You've got to go and put that energy out there? Thanks, son. Thanks all day. Hadji writes in Rangers 3-0, Canberra. Hat-trick. I'd love to just see the lad get a chance. Just give him a chance. Let's see what he's got. We're at home, man. Come on. Make teams scared of us. Again. Jamie writes in, voted with my heart, but to be honest, I don't even know if we'll win. We're just so bad recently. James Smith writes in, like the rest of the teams, they will sit back, punt the ball up, trying to catch us out the back and catch us on a break. I'm going to go with a Rangers win though. Always support my team. Love to see that, James. Callum Kelly writes in 4-0 to Rangers. Livy don't have their number one goalkeeper, so expecting a few goals. Iona Campsite writes in 3-0. Christopher writes in 4-1. Beds to bounce again. Canberra to get 2 and Hadji free kick along with a Kent screamer. I'd just love to see Hadji be allowed to take any set piece. I don't know if you've noticed this, but everyone seems to be lining up in front of this lad. I don't know if it's the old pissing on the old territory or something like that, but that needs to cut out. He's a set piece specialist now. Let the lad take them, son, alright? Everyone else need to step up and hit the wall before we give it to Hadji. Yes, I've still got anger from Wednesday, okay? Ryan writes in 2-0. Rab Ross writes in, let's push the boat out and make a bold prediction. 1-0 Rangers. You heard me there. Joe Mama writes in 3-0 Livy. Come on, Joe. Come on, son. Stevie G, RFC writes in, I'll be hiding behind the sofa. Probably realistic one, to be fair. And the last one we're actually going to read out in tonight's video actually comes from Dean Connolly, and he writes in, honestly CJ, that result from Wednesday has flattened me. I still have hope for a late twist this season, and I hope the team don't just give up. This could be this decade's helicopter Sunday. I'm going to go with 2-0 to Rangers with a Greg Stewart dirty double. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You've heard from the people, you've heard from myself. If you haven't done so already, you know what to do by now. And as always, I've been CJ Over92. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.